So we are live now. I hope this time it works. Yeah, now I have seen the light. Let's see if it starts this time. I will wait about 30 seconds before starting, or I'll just go. Guys, welcome to our EMSA 2017 webinar. And yes, we are live now. It's beautiful. And I am really sorry for the technical difficulties that we have faced. The last call that we have sent didn't went online. So we had to improvise and create another webinar, which I have tried to share with most of you guys in a really short notice. So I'm really sorry. We have 27 viewers now, and it's good that we are live now. I'm glad. So after the apologizing part, again, I would like to welcome you to our EMSA 2017 webinar. This is the EMSA Secretary General, Batuhan Öçbe from Turkey, which you can see the flag here as a decoration. And here I am with our European board members, which are joining us from all over Europe through their laptops to tell you guys about our updates, our opportunities that we have, and the events that we have, which you can register even right now. So again, I would like to apologize for the delay and for the change of the links. And this webinar will also be listed on our playlist on our YouTube account, so people can also view it afterwards. So the reason that we are doing this is we want to improve our transparency as the European board, and we would like you to know to all of what we are doing now. Sorry for my voice. I've been a little bit excited with the whole situation. So yeah, now we are starting with our webinar, and this is, I wanted to say that this is a really nice chance for you to get an insight of what we are doing. And I hope that you will also enjoy as much as we have enjoyed preparing this webinar to you. Our small brief agenda starts with our president that will explain you and introduce you his board and of course your board. And after that, the Department of Internal Affairs that we have will take over to introduce the pillar system and the JEPs and the pillar calls that they have and their projects, of course. And then the external affairs team will get the microphone and explain to you the external work of EMSA. And then in the end, so if you have any questions, please write it down to the YouTube comment section. And in the end, we will try to answer all of your questions. And now let me give the microphone to our lovely president, Mr. Stefan Ulrich Hart.
Okay, hello. Welcome to the EMSA Europe webinar of 2017. I'm Stefan Hart, president of EMSA. I am from Germany. I don't have a flag in the back. Sorry for that. And I work with a very great team of very inspiring people to work with. And it's my great honor to introduce you to them. So come and meet the European Board of 2017. We have 6 executive members who are working with me. Aria from Heidelberg is our Vice President of External Affairs. Batuhan, your host tonight, is our EMSA Secretary General from Ankara. Irem is our Vice President of Capacity from Istanbul. She's working very hard for our events and public relations. Then in the upper corner, you can see Julia, our financial genius, our treasurer from Cluj, and Gert, who unfortunately cannot be here with us tonight, from Malta, as you can see, our Vice President for Internal Affairs. On the next slide, you can see our beautiful team of directors, our internal departments. Jan from Warsaw, our Public Health Director. Dorina from Pristina, our European Integration and Culture Director. Lauritz, who is still our European Health Policy Director from Frankfurt. Angela, our Medical Ethics and Human Rights Director from Greece. And Giga from Ljubljana, our EMSA Medical Education Director. And Christina, the sixth, our Medical Science Director. Last but not least, we have also 3 officers in the board. Teuta, also from Kosovo, Alma from Cluj, and Kubilay from Istanbul, our Resource Development Officer. And many, many more. Berkay, our permanent officer in Brussels, and Lara, our AMI representatives, our many, many assistants, our supervisory council, our constitutional commission, BJ, our HUMETS editor-in-chief, and Muhammad is our newly elected European Health Policy Director. And many, many more that form the backbone of this association and keep everything running. So I hope you will enjoy meeting the team also in this webinar. I hope you will enjoy it, and I'm also looking forward to the individual presentations.
Thank you, Stefan, and thank you for the great introduction. And I see that we have over 50 viewers now, which is great. So after the introductory part, now we are continuing with the updates from the European Board section of our agenda. So it will be presented by me. So please let me a few minutes. Okay, so this is my section. This is what I do when I organize the National Coordinators online meetings, which we have every month. If you are interested as a local coordinator, you can always get in contact with the secretary, me, if you want to join it, and we will be happy to have you in our National Coordinators online meetings as well. So here we go. So here's our update from our European Board side. So as our president has already been told, you, we have a new European Health Policy Director, which is Mohammed Sani from EMSA Vinica. So after the resignation of our previous director, Lauritz, on 14th of December, we have opened a call, and we have received some great applications for the position. And after the online interview process, we have appointed Mohammed as the new European Health Policy Director for this term. We are happy to have him, and we wish him luck on his journey. And as the EMSA yourselves, you will hear more about him, from him, after a few days, which his term will start on, I think, 1st of February. So please stay tuned and please join his Health Policy Pillar Facebook group on Facebook so that you won't miss any details. So next part is one of my favorites, which is the second call for EMSA European Board assistants of this term. So what are the assistants? Every term, we recruit some assistants to involve even more people to the European Board business. And this term, we also have opened a call in November, the first call. And as a result, we have recruited more than 13 or about 14 enthusiasts from all over Europe to join the European Board as assistants for this term. But of course, this wasn't enough for us because we represent a lot more than just 14, or with us 25, 27, 29 board members. So we thought about opening another call, which is the second call for the European Board assistants for this term. And we still offer more than 10 assistantship positions. So if you think you can work well with one of our lovely directors tonight in their work and help them, you can apply until 17th of January. So it's 2 days from now. So you must hurry and visit the website. The link is there, and I will also share it with you in the chat section. So please have a look at the positions, and if you're interested in one, you can send your applications to the executive board until Tuesday night at like midnight. So please hurry up. And the next one is my area, not my area. This is the members registration part for the spring assembly part, which will be told by you, by our trainings and events officer in the upcoming sections. But the members registrations have been opened, and the deadline for it is the 31st of January. So please do not miss, and our TEO will tell you more about it later. So this is my part, sorry. And this is the membership updates part. If you know, or if you don't know, Secretary General is constantly working to make EMSA grow. And with the beginning, of course, of 2017, we will also continue to grow. For some examples, IFMSA Serbia has applied for a national associated membership position in EMSA, and if the candidacy approves by the national coordinators and then the General Assembly, they will be joining us with 4 Serbian medical faculties, namely Belgrade, Niš, Kreževac, and Kosovska Mitrovica. And we will have more Serbian people in our assemblies, and if you have your own FMOs, you can do lots of twinning projects with them. But of course, this is not the end. We also will have EMSA Austria, so the Austrian Medical Students Association delegates in our Spring Assembly 2017, and they as a NAM or join us with more faculties. Currently, we have EMSA Vienna in our association, but of course, this is not enough because Austria has many more medical faculties. So we will hopefully have more of them in EMSA. And it's my pleasure to announce also EMSA Dublin has come a long way to complete their EMSA membership, and they will be joining us as an EMSA FMO by the end of this month. So you can also try to do some twinning projects with them and visit the beautiful Ireland. And also EMSA Prague, which is one of my favorite cities in the whole world. We have been in really close contact with the second medical faculty in Prague, and they're also in the stage of membership payment. So it's almost time for them to be an EMSA member. So in the end of 2016, in EMSA we had 104 faculty member organizations and 11 individual members which didn't have EMSA FMOs in their faculties and still wanted to join EMSA. So we also have a status for them to enable them to join our EMSA events. And we also have one national associated member, which is Malta. And we have 27 out of 45 European countries in our organization. So in 2017, as January 2017, we have 103 faculty member organizations. So with the IFMSA Serbia and the others joining us, we will be 103. The one number loss is actually because some FMOs that didn't pay in 2 consecutive years are accepted as cancelled membership. So, but we have only lost 1 number, and it's only beginning of the term. So we will continue growing. I can't foresee how many, but we will be a lot more than last year's. And we also have, it has been 15 days, but we have received 7 individual members, and we have 1 NAM, like Malta, and one applicant NAM, which is IFMSA Serbia. We still have the same country amount, but with the constant dialogue with EMSA, between EMSA and Spain, France, and United Kingdom, are hopefully give us more faculties from that countries as well. And we are also in contact with, as I said, Ireland, Scotland, and Sweden, which will hopefully join EMSA really, really soon. And you can also join EMSA, and I know that most of you have their faculty member organizations, but if you have friends from other faculties, please let us know that they are also interested, and they can visit our website. There is also the link to see why you should join EMSA, and here is my email address. If you have any questions, or you have some people from other medical faculties that are interested in EMSA, please let them know my email address, and I will be happy to help them out to create their own EMSA faculty member organization. So with that updates, it concludes my update section, and I would like to thank you for your attendance. And now, of course, the webinar is still intact. Yeah. Sorry. So here is me again. So now we will continue with our Vice President Internals updates, or the Department of Internal Affairs brief summary to you guys. He has sent me a small voice recording, and I will play it for you. So excuse me. Okay.
Good evening, everyone. I am Gary, the Vice President for Internal Affairs of EMSA, and I would like to start by thanking you for attending the EMSA webinar. Unfortunately, I couldn't join you today since I am studying for my neurology exam, which is tomorrow. As Vice President for Internal Affairs, my role is to lead the Department of Internal Affairs. We have 6 directors which all have different aims, and as they suggest, they are the pillars of EMSA. I am sure that you will learn more about these pillars throughout this webinar. Right now, as DIA, Department of Internal Affairs, we are working on a new JAP strategy. What are JAPs? Basically, JAPs are joint European projects that will help us as EMSA and you as FMOs and individual members of EMSA reach the goals, and that's the goals that we have as a European association which represents medical students. More information about these JAPs will also be passed to you in the future. Furthermore, our work is to ensure that there are certain awareness days, for example, like World AIDS Day, World Cancer Day, etc., that we always work on throughout the year. In this way, we aim to raise awareness specifically in each and different pillar that's part of EMSA. Apart from that, we also have policy papers, both active policy papers, which were adopted by the General Assemblies in the past, which we work on a continuously, and also we are working on new policy papers. In order to be part of the teams, the pillars, you can obviously join the European Support Divisions. If you need any further information about my work as VPI or about the Department of Internal Affairs, please don't hesitate to email me on vpi@emsa-europe.eu. Thank you again for attending, and I hope to meet you at one of our international meetings. Thank you very much.
So this concludes our message from our Vice President for Internal Affairs. We thank again Gert for his kind words, and since he had a neurology or something like that exam, he couldn't be with us now. And yeah, now we start with the pillar sections, which is really exciting. And I would like to start with our medical education pillar, by Giga Barbaric.
Okay, hello everyone. Also, hi from my side from Slovenia. This time not from Ljubljana, but close by. And I will just start with my presentation shortly. So for the medical education part of EMSA, this year the team is comprised of myself as the medical education director, then my lovely policymaking assistant Evita from Greece, and also our European support division, which you can see on this part of the screen. And at this point, I also want to thank all of them, especially to Evita, for all the help that they are providing me. And now for the part that is most interesting for you probably is what we are currently doing. The current work is comprised of the setting up of the ESD, of delegating who is going to do, what are our topics that we are going to focus on. Then, of course, the continuous work is always the collaboration with Amy, with the Association for Medical Education, with the help of Lara, our liaison officer to Amy. Then, of course, we need to plan our policies for this year, which is where Evita helps me a lot. More about the policies later on. We are also currently planning a medical education webinar where we want the FMOs to give us the input on the topics. Otherwise, we will do the topic on the policies that we are preparing. Then currently, we are also preparing a survey with the public health pillar. More about it when the public health pillar is going to present their work. And then, of course, currently we're also doing some technical work like the pillar pages on the web page of EMSA, and also certain booklets that we hope to be publishing this year or soon. Then what are our plans for the near future is, as I said, the medical education webinar. Then, of course, to prepare the spring assembly sessions, which is also something I'm very excited about, because the spring assembly is going to happen in Ljubljana, in the city I study in. Then to do a little of the follow-up of the Bologna process, how it was implemented across our FMOs, across the faculties that are members of EMSA, and maybe also outside of EMSA. And then also to prepare the core curriculum, what we as medical students see that is important for us to learn during our studies, not only in formal education, but also in non-formal and informal education. And these are the short-term plans, and of course the long-term plans is just to make medical education great again, as I joked in my candidature. But yes, I'm really happy about the work. Yeah, this is it from my side. As I have seen, I have maybe not sent the presentation, but I will send the presentation to the chat, and you can check it out. But it's essentially just what I just said. Thanks from my side.
So thank you, Giga, for your webcam show. We all enjoyed it, and I think you will, as you said, share the presentation through the chat so that everyone will know. And now we are continuing with Dorina Gashi, our European Integration and Culture Director. So here is the microphone to her.
Hello, everybody. My name is Dorina. I'm from Pristina, Kosovo, and I'm this year's European Integration and Culture Director. I will continue to share a presentation with you of what will my pillar be doing for this year. Here you go. Okay, so one of the most exciting projects in EMSA is our twinning project. Our twinnings can happen in different levels. First of all, we have the twinnings between the EMSA FMOs. So if we have two FMOs that come from EMSA and they want to have an exchange program with each other, what will we be doing this year differently is that we want to involve more first-timers, meaning that we want more people who have never been part of a twinning project in EMSA to start one. So basically what we are concentrated in is how to give you a better jumpstart, how to have you know more how to plan a twinning, what you need to give you a strong foundation in order to for you to have it easier and to be more involved in such projects. You can expect a detailed booklet that will be coming soon from the integrations pillar, where we want to involve all the steps into putting together a successful exchange twinning. What we have next is our interprofessional twinning. For this year, we have already one that will be happening soon. It is between EMSA Bucharest and EPSA Poznan, which is a twinning project between us as medical students and the organization EPSA that all of you are probably familiar with, which is European Pharmacist Student Association. If we have a new partner besides EPSA that we are going to start twinning with, then the FMOs can also be involved with that organization, not necessarily EPSA only. And a very exciting part of our twinning is our intercontinental twinning. We have currently two partners in this. It is the Suez Canal Medical Students Association and the Asian Medical Students Association, which means that the European students that are part of EMSA can visit African and Asian countries and get to know their medical system and get to know their healthcare education system. We are currently very interested in especially developing our Asian Medical Student Association collaboration, which means we have many universities in Taiwan that are expecting our members from Europe to visit them there, and which is like a really cool thing and I think a wonderful experience for all EMSA members. What we have next is what we will be doing this year, facing an ever-changing Europe. So you guys probably know that currently Europe is going through lots of crises and new developments in the economic sense with the climate change, demographic change, and we are all aware of the big migration flow and refugee movement. So what we will be doing as a pillar in this direction is we will be posting blog posts, having projects, and we're going to make supportive policies which all together aim to advocate for a healthy European environment, which intends to give equal opportunities to all people. We also have our different day and best buddy projects going on, but you are probably aware that they work more in a local level. So I guess that would be all from European integration. Thank you for your attention and enjoy the rest of the webinar.
Thank you, Torina. And now we will continue with medical science pillar to Christina Fogash, our medical science director.
Hi all. I'm going to screen my presentation to be to present a bit my team. It's me and my research assistant, who is Thomas, and he's currently working on surveys and preparing the monthly newsletter. The next thing on my presentation are 4 calls. I'm going to address you.
Christina, we can't hear you.
Why? Can you hear me now? Is it better now?
A little bit.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so there will be 4 calls during this presentation. Hopefully you'll all hear me. The first one is the upcoming World Cancer Day, which is going to be on the 4th of February. And you as an FMO, or even as an individual member, but it would be a bit harder, can do a lot of things. Among those are a symphonic concert or even a string quartet kind of presentation-ish in the oncology hospitals for the patients that are currently there. Share the materials that are currently in the work visit data also there you can find some materials that can be translated, and the website and the organization provides help with translating materials. Also, I was thinking if you are going to organize this kind of concert, you can share those translated materials to the patients and their families if they are attending, to raise awareness of how can cancer patients after finishing their chemotherapy can return to work, or to the families, how can they support them better. Also, I was thinking of giving a presentation to some kind of corporations, which are basically IT companies, because they usually start the work day later, and they are kind of open-minded enough to follow the advice provided and then to spread it. The presentations would include survivor stories, which I'm asking you to gather. I'm also going to send you an email with a lot of written stuff to be more specific and clear enough. Also, the presentation will include key facts about prevention and early diagnosis, mainly statistics from your country regarding the prevalence or incidence of certain types of cancer, and key facts about prevention. How can people benefit from the national screening programs in their countries, who they have to address to get tested, and so on. So be as specific as possible. The next thing, yes. So here is the website, which you can go on and see the translate material section. Also, as I told you, the organization provides help to translate the materials. As another little activity during this awareness day would be a photo contest. Mainly, the photos taken by you will be shared on Instagram to like a bit increase the level of visibility of other social medias that EMSA has. So you have to like take a sport thing, then take a photo of you, add the hashtag, and after that you can like show support by sharing the photo on that particular social media channel. And FMO, as we did for the Diabetes Awareness Day, we're also going to count the number of photos each FMO has, and going to give a prize to the winner FMO at the Spring Assembly. The next call is for assistance in writing policy statements. So currently we have active ones. The one for education on gender medicine, and as a follow-up for this one, we are establishing a working group on gender medicine curriculum, and like share it with universities that don't currently have such a curriculum incorporated in their core one. The new ones that will be hopefully adopted at the next assembly is access to essential medicines, on which we are currently conducting a survey. And another one named ultrasonography as an instrument for a better understanding of medical topics in research, but not only research, so it's not really that restricted. Yes, another thing that EMSA did this, well, up to the present moment in terms of summer schools is getting a free spot at the course on medical oncology for medical students, organized by the European Medical oncology organization, and we are given a free spot. If you want to attend this school, you have to send us an email with your motivation, CV, and probably we will also schedule a little interview because the EMSA representative attending this school will also give a 10-minute presentation about EMSA. So we kind of have to make sure that we send the eligible person. As the other board members emphasized, we have opened the second call for assistant, and I would like to have an assistant who would work on communication and capacity building. You can also see the job description, let's say. As you can see, the deadline for application is the 17th of January. And if you want to be this assistant, please send your CV and motivational letter to the email address that is screened. And the last thing on this presentation is the really kind request to fill in the survey that I was telling you about on essential medicines. You can also find it. You can also find the link on the here on the EMSA official website, on Facebook. Yeah, so it's basically everywhere, and I really want to have more responses to be as to be as representative as possible. So thank you for listening to me, and Batuhan, can you please introduce the next speaker?
So thank you, Christina, and for your lovely presentation. Now we have another pillar, which is, of course, public health pillar. Our director, Jan, is not here with us, but his lovely assistant, Violeta from EMSA Warsaw, is with us now. So let's give the microphone to her.
Hi, everybody. My name is Violeta, and as Batu said, I am the Research and Publications Assistant for the Public Health Pillar. Unfortunately, the Pillar Director could not be here today, so I will be filling in. So I do not have a lot of time, so I will be focusing not on what we have already done, but on what we will be doing in the future. And let me now share my screen with you. Okay, so welcome to the Public Health Pillar team. The Public Health Director is Jan Skrzypczak from EMSA Warsaw. The PR Assistant is Katalina Kranga from EMSA Cluj. And the Research and Publications Assistant, you already met, that's me. There are four main areas that I would like to tell you about in our work. The first is mental health. Here we will be doing pillar sessions focusing on stigma and mental health during the spring assembly. Then we will have the mental health week in May, when we hope that you will see a lot of us. Third of all, we are planning on doing a questionnaire related to addictions with medical students across Europe. This will then later be made into a publication, we hope. And our fourth goal here is to ask medical students to send in short personal video stories about mental disorders to later make like a short video that we will display during the Mental Health Week. The second area that we are focusing on is aging. Here we will be doing a report on academic geriatric education. We will also make a portfolio of projects associated with seniors and aging. We are rewriting the healthy aging policy, and we also plan to be active during the International Day of Older Persons. Which brings me to the awareness days. As you can see, there are quite a number of them. During each one, we want to, of course, you probably already know a little bit about the awareness days. We hope you've seen some last year, so you basically know what they are about. We usually have like a short paragraph that will talk about each health problem, and we plan to like post it on Facebook and social media and the EMSA website. And finally, I think the most important part, the policies. We plan on writing 2 new policies, the mental health policy and the healthy childhood policy. We are also rewriting 2 policies, healthy aging, which I already mentioned, and the tobacco policy. And we are pushing for ESA's adoption for our climate change policy and our medical students and preventive healthcare policy, which are already written. And this will happen probably sometime in February, if I remember correctly. So that's it from me. Thank you very much for listening. And if you have any questions pertaining to the public health pillar, we will answer them at the end. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Violeta. If you have any questions, guys, you can write it to the live chat. Our trainings and event officer has created a document for us to collect your questions, be able to after. Okay, so next part is medical ethics, but our director couldn't join us tonight, so of course I will be presenting for her. So yeah, sorry, my internet got broke a little bit, and I have said that we are collecting your questions from the live chat. I think it's somewhere over here, and if you write them there, we will answer them, all of them, after the webinar. So let me yeah, I think it's that way. So yeah, so now I will be presenting you the medical ethics and human rights pillar. Allow me to share my screen. Okay. So here is the medical ethics and human rights pillar, which is the director is Angela from Greece. And its mission is a Europe with a common understanding of human rights, where medicine is practiced according to the highest ethical values, and empower the medical students to defend and actively promote human rights within society, whilst raising awareness of ethical matters of health. And who, as I've told you, Angela Zortzi, a 5th-year medical student from Athens, is the director, which is not with us tonight. She has an editor assistant. Her name is Evangelina from also Thessaloniki, Greece. And the European support division that they have is a group of EMSA members from all over Europe who works on activities related to the pillar, and any EMSA member can join. So if you want to join the European support division, I was also in this very same European support division last term. So you can email to ethics@emsa-europe.eu. So what projects that this pillar have. It has movies and medicine, the transplantation project, the International Women's Day, and of course the lovely European Week of Ethics and the Ethics and Human Rights newsletter. So we have the European Week of Ethics registrations. Also, it is open for all EMSA members. So if you haven't registered already, I recommend you to join us in Lithuania in this February. You can also visit our website to find more information about it. But the registrations will close pretty soon. So you must also hurry to join us. It will be a really nice event, which will take 3 or 4 days. And Ethics Pillar also has some policy statements about organ donation and transplantation. Of course, the Declaration of Berlin, the European Declaration of Health Professionals, the anti-discrimination statement, and migrant and refugee rights policy from our last General Assembly. And what is coming up, as I have told you, the European Week of Ethics is the biggest project of this pillar. And there are some other things that Angela has planned for you, which are actions against stigma and some, of course, local activities related to migrant and refugee rights, which is a really hot topic for this era. And the policy statements upcoming are the death penalty, the abortion, and the vaccination policies. And there will be some special publications on awareness days, of course. And we hope that we can see you in our European Week of Ethics, which has the topic of ethical issues in reproductive medicine. So it is, as I've said, between 17th and 19th of February. The registrations are still open, and it will be elongated to for a few more days for you guys can join. And hopefully you will also join us in our spring assembly in lovely Ljubljana, which our TEO will tell you more about it later. So this is it from the pillar sections. And now, now we will continue with the Department of External Affairs, which has the Vice President of External Affairs, who will present you the work of the EMSA to outside of EMSA. So let me just shut up and give the microphone to lovely Arya.
Hi, everyone. I'm not sure if you can see me. Is everything working? Okay, great. So my name is Arya Hatzada. I'm the Vice President for External Affairs, and I'm really excited to share with you a couple of important things, a couple of interesting points as well. Right now you can see my camera. I will be sharing my screen, my presentation. Give me 1 second. Okay, so there we go. This is the Department of External Affairs. As I said, my name is Arya, and I'm basically responsible for the external department. There are many other very important members of the external department. One is Teuta Azizi from Kosovo. She's the European Institutions Liaison Officer. We have Berkay, who is the permanent officer at CPME. He started on Thursday. This Thursday, he started his internship in Brussels and will be staying there for 6 months. We have Lara, who is the EMSA representative to Amy. And we have Asa, who is the current general assistant of myself. Yeah, this is the Department of External Affairs, and we will be expanding the team. So if you're interested as applying as an additional VP assistant, you have time until January 17th to apply. I'm very, very excited to see more applications. We already have some people that are interested, but you're more than welcome to apply. So I'm just gonna show you a short overview if you are not familiar with the EMSA partners yet. Who are the current EMSA partners? We are part of the European Commission, and these are the most important partner currently is the CPME, that's the Standing Committee of European Doctors. They're actually in Brussels, and this is also the place where we currently offer an EMSA internship. This is where Berkay, the current permanent officer, is doing his internship. We're also working very closely with the WHO. We will be offering 2 internships this year at the WHO office in Brussels. And we're also currently talking to the WHO office in Geneva and see if we can also arrange an EMSA internship there for you as well. EJD is a very important partner of EMSA as well. It's another partner. That's the European Junior Doctors Association. We're working on various policy papers with them. Amy was already mentioned several times. We also are working with EMSA. A memorandum of understanding is coming, and also we recently signed a memorandum of understanding with Felsochem. So there's various other partners listed here, some students associations, which actually the ILO is responsible for, so she will be talking more about that. And the European Patients Forum, there's many more which you can find on our website as well. So let's get to the next point, and this is really important. Like I said, the permanent officer started his internship this Thursday, and there will be another call coming soon for the next CPME intern. So if you're interested in applying as a CPME EMSA intern, please watch out for the call. It will be coming soon. And the calls for the WHO interns in Brussels will also be coming soon, so stay tuned. I will be informing you guys on Facebook and various other platforms, so you will not be missing it, but they are coming soon. These are some new potential countries. Austria, Spain, France, Medicine UK, Sweden, and Ireland have all been invited to our events, the European Week of Ethics and the Spring Assembly. We are speaking with them and hope that they will be joining EMSA in the future. So these are past meetings that myself as the Vice President of External Affairs had the honor of participating in. One of them was the CPME meeting in Tel Aviv in Israel, which was in November 2016. Another meeting was the EMO's President's Meeting, and EMO stands for European Medical Organizations, which EMSA is part of. They met in Paris in December 2016. You have received updates on the Facebook website. There's also blog posts about the CPME meeting, and there will be another blog post coming about the EMO's President's Meeting in Paris. So if you're interested to know more about these things, please do contact me on Facebook or via email. And there are many more meetings that are coming up. One very cool meeting that is coming up is the one with the Director General Sante in Brussels on January 19th. Your EMSA president will actually be attending this event with myself, the permanent officer, Berkay, and the past president, Yanis, who organized this meeting. In addition, I will be attending the ESAS meeting in Brussels, which will be taking place on between February 17th and 20th, and it will be with EPSA, ETSA, and EFSA, and I will be attending this meeting together with ILO, the European liaison officer. There are many other meetings coming up, and actually there will be directors that will be participating in them, and also other European board members. Okay, so what's coming up? There's 2 important things. The symposium, which I will be organizing together with the organizing committee. Another thing that is important for you is MEDEX EMSA. It will be taking place at the Spring Assembly in Ljubljana. We have not set the date and time yet, but it will be between April 1st and 6th, of course. The call will be sent out soon. What is MEDEX EMSA? It's basically just like TED. We kind of stole the name. And it's an opportunity for you to present something that is important to you that you want to share with other EMSAE. Your speech can be 10 to 15 minutes long, And when we do send out a call, we would like to see a draft of your speech so we can set an agenda. And if you're interested, if you want to practice your public speaking skills, or if you really, really want to share a story or something else, please write me as soon as the call is out. So there's one very, very exciting thing coming up. It's the EMSA panel debate on patient empowerment. We're planning on organizing this event in May in Brussels. I will be doing this in collaboration with the ILO and VPE assistants. And this is a very important topic to me. So we will be sharing the location and the date as soon as everything is set in place. We will be inviting high-profile external partners that will be speaking at this event. So stay tuned for this as well. Other than that, this is it. Thank you for attention. Please let me know if you have questions. Let me share my camera. Okay, technology is not my thing, I guess. Okay, anyway, that's it. Thank you so much. And if you have questions, let me know.
Thank you, Arya, for your lovely presentation. Before I go to the next officer of ours, I have a little flag surprise over here for a really loud one that is watching right now. And now we can continue with our also Romanian direct officer, which is Alma, the trainings and events officer. So let's go.
Thank you, Barbara, for your great surprise, sharing your flag, the Romanian
Okay. So, Alma, 1 second. We have slight problems with Alma's laptop, so try to learn. I'm trying to find it. Okay. Okay, I think we are good. Yeah. Christina, please let Alma know that she can maybe do the presentation on your computer. So we'll get back to her in the very end. We are sorry for the inconvenience, and now we will be continuing with Teuta, the European Institutions Liaison Officer. Teuta, merhaba.
My name is Teuta, and I'm the European Institutions Liaison Officer. Hello, everyone. My name is Teuta, and I'm the European Institutions Liaison Officer, and welcome to this webinar. Happily be starting to present you my presentation. Okay, so I'm Teuta, I'm from Pristina, I'm the European Institutions Liaison Officer. And I will start with the duties of the liaison officer European institutions, which is contacting, coordinating, and establishing connections with the European Students' Organization, assisting the VPE regarding external relations and opportunities, and also representing EMSA at the World Healthcare Student Symposium and be part of that joint working group. EMSA current student organization partners are the European Pharmaceutical Students Association, European Dental, Psychology, European Students' Union, also the World Healthcare Students Symposium. During my first quarter of my term, I managed the EMSA campaign on supporting Fund Our Future initiative together with the European Students' Union, which you can still sign up for it in our Facebook page. Also, I have led the European Healthcare Students Association joint policy paper on education, contacted student organization on establishing possible future collaboration or memorandums of understanding. EMSA at the European Healthcare Students Association Summit in Brussels from 17th to 19th of February, which marks a milestone in the development of interprofessional collaboration among students in healthcare sectors. And the topics proposed by EMSA will be One Health, antimicrobial resistance, and also patient empowerment. I would also kindly ask you to fill in for the US Mobility Survey, which is still going, and find the information on our Facebook page and sign up for the survey. It's really important for us and you also as future doctors. And also we'll be organizing the panel debate together with the VPE. Currently working as EMSA representative at the World WHSS 2017 will be taking place in Rwanda, Africa from 23rd to 27th of November 2017. And I would ask you to look forward to the registrations, which will be opening soon. And WHSS is an event taking place every 2 years and brings together medicine, pharmacy, and allied health students forum to generate discussion and understanding between the professions. Thank you for your attention. We are looking forward to see you at European Week of Ethics and Spring Assembly. Many surprises are waiting for you, and have a lovely evening.
Thank you. Thank you, Teuta. Now we are moving on to my great pal, the Resource Development Officer, Kubilay Kaymaz from EMSA Coach.
Hello guys, good evening from Istanbul. 12 points go to EMSA. So I'm just too excited to talk whole European EMSA, all of you here. I hope you're having a great evening. So first of all, I will keep it very briefly, don't worry. I will talk about what we have done so far and what are we going to do for the near future. So first of all, I have got an assistant from EMSA Berlin, Leo Hang, and we have created the partnership package for this year, this term, and also the sponsorship database. So we contacted our potential sponsors. So as far as you might have seen during the last assembly in Kosovo, we have Koç Hospital and 3D4Medical application as our current sponsors, our current partners. Probably you remember the promotional video from Koç Hospital, and we have given out some free registrations for 3D4Medical application, which is a very useful platform to learn anatomy. And we have many prospective partners. Just to show you like 2 of them, we are currently in process of agreement with Lingoda, which is an online platform to learn European language. Also, we are in contact with Dr. Najib lectures and many more. And also, we are researching about possible merchandise at Spring Assembly. So keep tuned in, and we will have more merchandise at this Spring Assembly. And the last but not the least, we are in agreement process with Turkish Airlines as official airline of Spring Assembly. So when you fly with Turkish Airlines from anywhere in the world to Ljubljana, you will get 3 to 20% discount according to your booking class. I will let you know probably not one of these days in this week, and I hope you will benefit it. Like all European members can hopefully benefit from it. And you can apply for my assistant position with along with Lehu. We are hoping to see more applications and working with you. So I hope to see you soon in either Lithuania or Slovenia. I am attending the both events, so hope to see you soon.
Thank you, Kubilay. And people wanted to see your face, but if you don't want, you don't want to show your face, it's okay. So now we have our last presentation from our trainings and events officer, which has given us some alien codes and some messages from outside the universe. So yeah, let me give the microphone to Alma, the trainings and events officer.
Okay, hello guys, can you hear me now? Batu? I hope so.
Yes.
So I am presenting now from another laptop. And let me find my presentation. So I hope you can see it. So I was speaking about the upcoming two events, the European Week of Ethics and the EMSA Spring Assembly. The first one, the European Week of Ethics, will happen, as Batuan very well said, in February, and the topic of it will be ethical issues in the reproductive medicine. The dates are between the 16th and 20th February, including the arrival and departure days. The official deadline for registration is yet tomorrow, but as Batuan very well hinted it, there is an extension probably happening, but I would recommend you to register as soon as possible, not to risk any delays. As you can see the topics, so I won't read them, and you can I'm not sure how well you can see. I put the agenda here, but you can find the draft agenda of the event also on our website. Yes, and that's kind of about the EV. We have a Facebook event and we have a section on our webpage. In EMSA meetings, we have European Week of Ethics 2017. So you can find the registration form, for example, and some more details there. The second event we are promoting today is the EMSA Spring Assembly happening in Ljubljana in the beginning of April, between the 1st and the 6th April. For the newbies who don't know what an assembly is in such student organizations, is basically an event where we vote about things in our organization, the future of our organization, and we elect the future board. So in the Spring Assembly, there will be the election of the next executive board for the next term. And we usually do have a variety of trainings and workshops, so and pillar sessions. So it is really worth it to attend the event, even though if you might not have a voting right at the first time. So also members are highly welcomed. You have to feel the blue spirit in an international event first and then bring it home and grow it in your own FMO. So, as you probably are aware of it, we are now in the second section of the registration, the member registrations. This means this is open until the end of January. And this means that there will be, I think, 2 members accepted from each FMO in the beginning, and then the others put it to the waiting list. The acceptation process takes a bit of time, so don't be shocked if you do not receive your acceptance mail the next day after you registered. But if you have any problems or you are afraid that you were for some reason missed, you can contact the Vice President of Capacity or me in our official email addresses. Here you have a draft agenda for the spring assembly, which I'm not sure how well you can see it, but again, this is also on our webpage. And yes, so basically I linked here, or yes, screened here the 2 links for our 2 events. You can find all the necessary informations for registration there on those direct links. And one word about the group picture. Actually, this is the official group picture of the EMSA Autumn Assembly 2016 from Kosovo, Pristina. And yeah, you can probably see many well-known faces from also this webinar. So I thank you for your attention, and I'm sorry for the inconveniences and technical issues which occurred previously. Yes, see you soon in somewhere in Europe.
Thank you, Alma, for your presentation. And now we will continue with the questions and answers section. 1 second. Okay. So before moving into that part and completing the webinar afterwards, first I would like to say a few words. First, I would like to say thank you to all of our participants and also the European board here. I think it's a really nice opportunity. It was, but also it will be aired online. So everybody can see after this meeting what we have done and what we have accomplished and what we will do in the future. And I think this was one of the few meetings that whole EMSA could gather in front of our computers to hear from the European board itself. This was one of my main goals when I wanted to become the secretary, to make everyone more educated about EMSA work. I hope this worked out really fine, and I hope that you have enjoyed it and you have spent a nice 2-hour section of your life and this great Sunday evening. We have enjoyed it. I'm still enjoying it, and thank you. And now we are continuing with the questions and answers parts, and we will if you have any more questions, you can write down to the live chat. I think it's here now. So we will gather them and then answer them separately. And now we'll start with Dorina Gashi's questions for European integration parts, and maybe we'll give microphone to her.
Okay. let me read your questions. The first question is, can you please specify when you plan to publish the twinning booklet? The twinning booklet has just started to be prepared. So I think it will be ready in about like a month and a half. So perhaps by the end of February, beginning of March. But until then, if you have any twinning things that you need to know, we already have one. We already have a booklet or like a handbook. I asked one of the guys to send you the link in the chat because I can't seem to be joining the webinar chat. It was done like a few years ago, but it doesn't cover that much detailed information, but it pretty much covers the big stuff. So you can kind of start from there. And then if you have any other specific questions that you need me to answer, you can always contact me and I can walk you through the process of how to start or develop a twinning project. So I hope that one of the guys, let me just check if they added it on the chat. Also the webinar in YouTube doesn't support links, so I can't send it directly. I can send it by email maybe a little bit later. I hope that answers your question. To do a twinning project with an EMSA faculty, the procedures that we follow are the same, contracts, etc. Yes, to do a twinning project with an EMSA FMO, the procedures are the same. You can contact their organization, the FMO that you want to do the project with. You can agree on all the points of the contract. You can then contact me so we can prepare the contract and you can sign it. It works just like any other normal twinning between the EMSA FMOs. The procedures are pretty much all the same. The third question is there a need for any other agreement with organizations from a different field of study, such as pharmacy, psychiatry, and other, or the twinning contract is the only administrative procedure that is needed? No. First, if you want to do an interprofessional twinning project, that organization has to have a memorandum of understanding with EMSA. Which means that it cannot be only done in a local level. For example, if you only find an interprofessional organization of another field of study that you want to do a twinning project with, at first they have to contact the EMSA Europe, and then we as two different organizations can have under our umbrella all their local ones. So it means that it has to first be signed with EMSA Europe, and then it can work in a local level. But how you guys can get involved here is that if you have any suggestions, if you know any organizations that you think us as medical students could collaborate with, then you can definitely don't hesitate and contact me, and we will try to start a collaboration. This is one of our pillars goals for this year. We want to start a collaboration with another organization with a different field of study, and we can do more twinnings there. And another question, what if a problem occurs between faculties? Will EMSA board have the right to give any punishment or intervention to EMSA faculty, since we have a protection for EMSA FMOs in our internal rules in these situations? If a problem occurs during a twinning with an EMSA board, with an EMSA organization, the procedures pretty much are the same. So if the contract has not been respected, then those FMOs have the right to terminate their collaboration. And as our twinning contract says, it specifies that if any financial damages were done to one FMO, if the other FMO did not respect the contract, then their partner is like has to make up for their financial losses. Otherwise, EMSA and EMSA are in really good terms. We have an excellent relationship with them. So if one of their organizations in a local level misbehaves or breaks our rules, then it is under EMSA's field of responsibility, and they will manage it in the way that they find it very suitable. If they want to have that organization not participate in any more twinnings, or however they find it suitable. So it pretty much works the same way that all twinning projects work. I think that was my last question. If you have any others, I'll make sure to answer them all. Thank you for your questions. I hope I covered the things you needed to know.
Thank you, Dorina. And now we have Christina's one question. So we'll give microphone to her.
Yes, hi. So the question was, is every member eligible to apply and represent our organization in that Ecology Congress? No, only 4th and 5th medical students can apply for this summer school. Yes, 5th year, 4th or 5th year. That's it.
Thank you, Christina, for your answer. Now we have a question to lovely Violeta.
Okay, so the question was, is there any chance to make a European regional event based on one of these awareness days or weeks, collaboration with Public Health Pillar Team? And my answer to that is, this is something I would probably have to consult with the Pillar Director, Jan. But if this is something that you are interested in, I would encourage you to write us an email and explaining the idea, what region you have in mind, and what health topic you would be most interested in, and then we could discuss it amongst ourselves and see if that's something that we would be able to do. So I hope that answers your question. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Violeta. Now my questions time. So yeah. So how often will we have these webinars? Yeah, it's a nice question. In my candidature, I mentioned that it should be at least once in 2 months. So next one will be in 2 months, and we will probably, depending on the availability of EB members, we'll try to join the 2 webinars that we plan. One of them is for the Spring Assembly preparations webinar, which was also held like last term, which I think was a good idea, answering all the OC questions and everything, and also help you guys to prepare about the Spring Assembly. And also, we can do it in like a 2-part way. First part, in first hour, we can do a presentation, like a small webinar like this, and then we can do the other part in the second hour, and it will be another webinar, and then we'll see after that one if we require more. And since it will be like some summer months, we have to re-evaluate the situation, and then I can talk more, give you some better answers. So the next question is, when will you plan to announce the last EB assistance call results after the deadline? So yeah, I wanted to tell you, but I think I forgot. The deadline is 17th of January, so it's Tuesday, and the final time, it will be end by the end of this month. So by the end of January, we will be a full team, hopefully. And so there will be there won't be another assistance call. If the directors want one for themselves, they can always open one, like the AME representative assistance call. But it will be the last call from us, and it will be end by January. So I think this concludes my questions. And now we have one question for Arya. Arya, I think Arya is not with us at the moment.
Hey, sorry. Is it working? No, wait.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah, this question is from Aykut, right?
Yes.
Let me just read the question. Yeah, I took a look at the Congress. It is part. It was. I did put it into the calendar. I still have to find out who's going to attend it, but I will be in touch with you. If is that enough as an answer, or do you want more details? I could. All right, I think this is enough. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Arya. I could thank you now. So if we have no further questions or amendments, I would propose a motion to conclude the webinar. Are there any seconders for my motion? I see. Yeah, I see Kubilay is seconding my motion. Are there any direct negatives? Yeah, I see none. So no Dutch people here, I think, wants to see the votes. Okay, so sorry for my stupid jokes. And with this, we happily conclude our EMSA 2017 webinar. And I hope, again, that you have enjoyed it as much as we did. And thank you for your attendance. Now, our European board can say our goodbyes to you, and we can close the beautiful webinar. Goodbye, guys.